Hey everybody, welcome in the kitchen with Tally Faye. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's been a beautiful day today. And I'm getting on up into the evening here and been working on some supper. And I'm fixing to do a corn dish here, a skillet corn dish that I thought I might show y'all. I call it peppercorn. That's what I call it, is peppercorn. And all it is, y'all, it's a great, if you like cut corn, then you'll like this dish, I'm pretty sure. We love it, all right? But let me get it down here where y'all can see what I'm working on here. Okay, I have in my skillet going right now, I've got about a stick and a half of butter melting in here, y'all. Okay, a big stick and a half. You can, might as well say 2 if you want to. But another thing I want to add in here real quickly is I've got my bacon grease, okay? So I want to add me just a little blob of bacon grease in there to give it a little more grease to help with this, because you know how the butter, it'll fry stuff, but not like what I'm wanting it to really do it. But see, that's making a lot of melted butter in there, right? But the first thing we're going to do in this melted butter and bacon grease, I took, y'all, with my chopper thingy here, my little hand chopper. This thing is priceless. But anyway, let me get the blade out of here. I have in here, cut up, I have 1 big onion, and that's some pepper pieces you're seeing, because, hence the peppercorn, this has, I've got a big 1/2 cup of, it's got jalapeños and bell pepper chopped up in there. You have to figure out how much pepper you want in it. If you don't like bell pepper, don't put it in there, right? You know, if you don't like jalapeno, don't put it in there. But, I mean, try one of the peppers anyway, but both of them in there are delicious. So we're going to have going in our butter here this big 1/2 cup of chopped up peppers, combined peppers there, whatever you want to put in it, and then 1 big old onion I chopped up in it. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is get this peppers and onions cooking in this butter. And a little dab of bacon grease there. Okay? Alright, get that out of my way. Where's my deal? Alright, let me stir that up a little bit in here. See, there's lots of butter in there, but we're fixing to put lots of corn in there too, y'all. But this is so good, all cooked up together in this skillet like this. We love, it's, you know, it's a fried corn thing. You hear a lot about fried corn. There's different fried corn recipes. And this is basically the way I do my fried corn. I just like to do the peppercorn with it. If I don't have peppers and stuff, I will do just fried corn and onions and butter. That's delicious. So, again, you don't have to do the peppers if you don't want to. But I want y'all to see now what I'm doing. I have already cut, let me count them over here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cobs over there. And this is our, look how pretty this corn is, Buzz grew. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? But it's nice cobs, big old fat cobs. And so I am taking this corn and just cutting it. I hope you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just taking it and just cut it off of there. I stand it up like this and keep the knife away from my fingers and just cut it down, straight down the cob. And you want to try really hard not to get any of that cob in there, because getting the cob bites in there is nasty. If you've ever gotten cream corn in the can that wasn't a good brand, a lot of times you'll get them pieces. But see, look, that's all I did was just cut it off of the cob like that. So I'm going to cut my corn off of here. I already have the other ones cut, so I wanted to show y'all how I did that, how simple it is. Just take it and go straight down. You need a good sharp knife though. It means everything, I'm telling you, because it slides right down through it. And fresh corn is the best. I guess, y'all, and I've never done it because I've always used fresh corn, but I guess you could use some frozen cut corn, but I don't think that it'll work as good because you get this, you know, this milk like out of your, really it's starch is what it amounts to. You get this corn milk, I call it. Let me put y'all back up here while that's cooking. You get this corn milk like out of your cobs that's so good. You know, I remember when I was a kid, my goodness, when we'd eat some fresh corn on the cob, I'd suck all the juice out of that cob. I'd eat all the corn off of it and then just sit there and just suck that juice out of that cob. It was so good and sweet, you know, and everything. And you get that when you cut it off the cob like this. So you might just buy you know, 6, 7 ears or so or whatever, you know. Make sure they're the good size ones and not the little half corns that you get in the freezer. You know, if you're going to get the fresh ones, do that and just cut it off the cob just like I showed you. But otherwise, if you're going to buy it in the bag, you probably could buy the creamed corn in the bag. I've never done it, y'all. I'm just trying to give you ideas on if you don't have, you know, corn on the cob that you can cut off. You could probably do this recipe with the creamed corn in the frozen section. Not canned. It has to be the frozen one. I know that much if you're going to do that, okay? But otherwise, try to do this, y'all, okay? This is the way you get good peppercorn. Alright, let me get you back down here. You see, we got our onions and our peppers are just about clearing up, you know. You're not trying to brown them or nothing like that. Oh, you're just wanting to get them to cook clear a little bit. Give them a minute to get sweet. Let that sugar come out in them. And that's close enough on it. I'm fixing to take this corn and just put this corn all in here, y'all. Y'all, this stuff is so good. Oh my goodness. It is so good, y'all. Let me get it stirred up in here. And the thing is, it don't have to cook no long time once you get to this part of it. You don't have to cook corn very long. And besides that, like with mine, my corn's already blanched from being in the freezer, so it's already got a jump on being cooked a little bit. But like if you get that fresh corn from the store or the market or whatever, it's still the same way. Just know you don't have to cook it a long time, because corn it'll scorch and stuff in here. All that sugar and that corn milk, I call it, and stuff comes out in it. Look how pretty it is too, y'all. Jalapeños, onions, bell peppers, butter, bacon grease. And now we're going to do just some regular old black pepper. Put some black pepper off in there. And regular old salt. And y'all, that is it. All we got to do now is let this cook. Just kind of, you don't have to stay on top of it. Matter of fact, it's best to get it stirred and walk away from it for a minute. And let it kind of sit there, and some pieces will kind of brown a little bit and stuff. And oh, those pieces are sugary sweet. And it gives it texture and stuff for you to do that. But see, now that corn is just about soaked up all that butter that I had in there. And if you don't want to put that much, you don't have to, but I don't know. I just like that butter, that corn. That just goes together, y'all. Got that little bit of bacon drippings going off in there. But that's how you do it. This is your skillet fried peppercorn. Just call it peppercorn. That's all you got to do. I'm gonna cook this just a little bit longer, y'all, but there's nothing else to show you about it. It's that simple. It's a little bit of prep time, you know. I mean, you seen how quick I cut that corn off of those 2 cobs. So, I mean, that's all you do is just stand it up there and cut it off, put that in your bowl, chop you up some onions and peppers, melt you some butter, throw your onion and pepper in there, and let that cook a minute, and then throw your corn in there, and then add you some salt and pepper, stir it around, and just let it sit here and cook. And like I say, stir it every now and then. Let some of that butter kind of brown some of them pieces of corn here and there. And y'all, it's some good stuff. We're having like tonight, I'm having I've got my fried peppercorn here going, and I've got going in the oven a pan of a dish of smothered steak and onions and gravy in there. So I've got my steak cooking in the oven. It's 20 minutes away from being ready. My corn's ready, and now all I got to do is make me a pot of mashed potatoes. So y'all try this stuff, y'all. It really is good. I want you to give it a try. Let me show you up close just how pretty it is. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And you just fry it up a little bit in there. I'm fixing to call it done, and I'll just put a lid on it, and we'll be done with it. So, y'all give this peppercorn recipe a try and see if everybody don't love it. And like I say, if you don't want to do the peppers, then, you know, you can do just the onions and butter in it. But, and listen, no, the kids won't know that the onions are in this. They don't. The onions just add a great sweetness to it that they're good in it. They really are. So, y'all give it a try and let me know what you think. It's peppercorn, y'all, in the kitchen with Tally Faye. One quick other thing I thought about telling y'all was, like for varieties of this, of making this peppercorn, and again, I've never done it this way, but you could probably take this skillet just like I just did it, right? And take you some, at the end of it, cut your fire off, get you some grated cheddar cheese, and put on the top of it, and just put your lid on it and let that cheddar cheese melt on top of it. Or another thing that'd probably be good in it is some fried bacon pieces that you sprinkled on the top with or without your cheese. Either way like that, but say you put some crumbled bacon that you fried up and just left your bacon drippings in there that you used to you know, I don't know, about 4 pieces of bacon, say, you know, and just leave that bacon drippings in there, and you wouldn't have to add that when you are melting your butter down. But that's just, you know, there's variations, I guess, that you could think of cooking this dish that you might, you know, prefer some little additives to it or something. But I just thought about that and thought I'd tell you that, okay?